right now, Mayor Tom Erdmann for the city of Carrington checking in with us here on the Chatter program on yourliveevent.com. Thanks, Mayor, for checking in with us once a month. Let us know about the regular city council meetings for the city of Carrington. And this meeting is from Monday, February 10th, so we'll just kind of run down the regular agenda meetings. And I think we're going to go right into committee reports, right?
Yeah, that's correct, because we didn't have any regular agenda items, but thanks for having me on each month, and it's good to keep the public informed of what the city council is doing. Okay, so the fire department, Chief Wangen reported they had 56 days with no calls, which is kind of a rarity, but it's a good thing whenever the fire department doesn't get a call. That means they're not called out. However, since the 56-day run, they did have a couple calls where more or less it was some gas leaks or people could smell gas in their homes, and they were concerned about that. But some of that is probably tied back to the pipes freezing up on the vents freezing for the sewer or for the bathrooms or whatever. But those are both false alarms. Then he also said they're forming a committee for specifications for a new fire truck. And I asked, well, what would the cost of that be? And he said, well, it's anywhere from 400,000 to 800,000, depending on the bells and whistles that you want to put on it. So more than likely within the coming year, we're going to be looking at a new fire truck at a cost of probably around $600,000. And the fire department has substantial funds on hand, but once that time comes and we know the actual number, there will more than likely be some fundraising activities. And the community's been excellent about helping out with these type of fundraising activities for our first responders. Then I'll jump into finance and legal. Of course, one of the first items we reviewed there is we have a franchise agreement with all of our utility companies, and Otter Tail Power Company's franchise agreement is up, and we will be redoing that agreement. And really what that means is that anybody that provides essential products to our city, whether it be natural gas, electricity, or cable TV, they sign an agreement to commit to a number of years, and we know that the service is there for our residents, and they know that they have a contract in place. So that'll be renewed here probably prior to April. And also in finance and legal, we reviewed our insurance policy and discovered that we had the boiler at the armory double insured, so we got that corrected. And then we also transfer funds at different times of the year. We do all of our money or banking here in Carrington with either Bremer Bank or Bank Forward. So depending on who gives a better rate, we sometimes transfer some money. So we just transferred $1 million in from Bremer Bank over to Bank Forward. And then the other thing that we talked about is the city sales tax. Is last year was a record number at 655,000 for 1%, 15,000 larger than the record year before. And the first month out here in January now, we got $114,000 from 1 cent, which is the largest 1 month number that we've had since we've implemented the city sales tax. So it's great to see the economic activity that's happening in Carrington, because when you think about 1 cent, 1 penny in 1 month generates 114,000. That means our retailers are probably seeing a fairly aggressive action or positive action for their businesses. Then from there, I'll just jump into economic development. Every year, economic development promotes a Christmas cash program where people go to a local lender, borrow the money, they get 10% free money. So that 10% free money actually comes out of our economic development to encourage people to shop here in Carrington. So that number was $6,250. So that meant that people took out loans totaling $62,500, and they bought merchandise locally here in Carrington, which is always greatly appreciated. And then the other thing with economic development, we had approved a United for Ukraine sponsorship grant program here back in September. And one of the stipulations is that individual needs to be employed in the city somewhere. So the Ukrainian that we sponsored there has a job at the Chieftain. So talking to Wendy Wise over at the Chieftain and Carrington Suites, they have 4 Ukrainian gals that are part of their housekeeping team, and they're very vital for the service that those motels provide, that they have that. So let me just, I got to get this off of here. Well, whatever, we'll keep going. Oh, let's see. Then also I'll jump from there. I'll go to the airport. The airport, we got a substantial grant from the FAA for the airport for replacement of our runway lights. So that'll be taking place here this summer sometime. Then from there, I'll go into the police committee report. I guess we had 278 calls of service, which is kind of a normal for the month, 275 to 300 calls every month. And then Chief Bittman went out and got a grant from the Shamrock Bar. The New Rockford Eagles has a gaming site there at the Shamrock Bar, and he got a grant for $6,880 to cover about 90% of the cost of 5 bulletproof vests. So he's done a good job, and we've received a lot of money from charitable gaming to help buy a lot of equipment for our police department. The armored vests are kind of like the firemen's equipment. Every 5, 6 years, it gets outdated, even though it probably still will be sufficient. But we don't want our officers out there with any outdated equipment. So this is one way to keep it upgraded, and we greatly appreciate all the people that do charitable gambling. The other thing we did at the police station is we bought a couple radios for our squad vehicles. This is part of the Siren 2020 program, and we hope to put those into service here probably in 2026, because I know the fire department has bought all their handheld and all their vehicle radios, and it's just a matter of getting this all tied together statewide. So all the law enforcement and first responders will all be on the same frequency and be able to communicate with each other. Then from there, I'll just jump into public works. We approved a contract with Liquid Vision. They're a company that every 5, 6 years they come and they clean our water tower. So there will be a diver that goes up. We fill the water tower full of water. Diver goes up and actually vacuums out the sediment. So there will be a diver swimming around in our water tower, here sometime this summer. I'd hate to be the guy that trapped in there, but anyway. So they come about every 5 years, they clean the water tower, the tanks out at the water plant, and then also our 3 water wells. So that'll be going on, but it should not be any interruption for water service for anybody when that takes place. If there would be, Jason from Public Works would let everybody know. Oh, then also on Public Works, we have a manhole issue out by Casey's. Actually, what happened there when they put the roundabout in, one of our manholes got covered up by the highway. So we're working on issues with that. We haven't had any problems with it, but we know we need to get a new manhole. So we're probably going to put a new manhole on the side over by DJ's and maybe one on the other side by Casey's, just for our storm sewer system there. And then we interviewed a young man here we had a couple individuals that left our public works, and we basically had an interview with an individual that looks like he's accepted the position. So we'll be back closer to full force on public works, because the last snowfall we had, we were a little short-handed, but the crews got out and got everything pretty well cleaned up, and the streets are open and everything's going okay. So if you're ever wondering about the snow removal, I have people call me at what level do you plow the snow and what level don't you? And I guess this last snowstorm was probably or snowfall event was right at the bubble, whether you actually take the equipment out and do a lot of work, or you just let the people drive on and kind of compact it down. So, but I know Monday, Wednesday, and Friday they do streets, and then Tuesdays and Thursday they do the avenues. And then the cul-de-sacs where I live are probably one of the last things to get to, but I guess that's kind of why we live in North Dakota. Most of us have four-wheel drive equipment, so we can kind of drive over the snowbank. But anyway, the Public Works is trying their best to keep on top of things, and I think they've done a good job. And I noticed our streets even though we didn't have much snow this year, there's getting to be a fair amount of berm on the street. So over time, I guess it just kind of builds up. But anyway, hopefully we get some warm weather and it kind of thaws things out and we don't get another major snow event. So that would conclude my report to you, Greg, for this month.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much, Mayor. We appreciate it for the update and everything. And let's see, next city council meeting will be March 10th, right? Next month?
That's correct. The
Yeah.
10th of March.
So we have you on that Thursday again. So thanks so much. And you've been getting out on the ice a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot of ice fishing. I guess I I actually sponsored a trip donated to an NDSU fundraiser, and I had three gentlemen come up from Nebraska, and they were just like, they were totally amazed at how a snow bear functions and how big the perch are up here. So yeah, they had a great time, and now they're telling all their friends, so I might have some more company coming.
Yeah. All righty. Well, that
Anyways.
sounds great. Well, thanks so much, Tom. And then enjoy the rest of your day. We'll check in again next month. So,
All right, Greg. Thank you. Yep.
yep,
Bye.
you bet. We'll see you.
Discover the charm of Carrington, where community and character come together. Our vibrant community is full of welcoming smiles and unique experiences, from delicious dining and one-of-a-kind shops to lively events and beautiful parks. Join us in celebrating the best of Carrington, where every visit feels like coming home. Come visit the Carrington Chamber and CVB office to learn more about our wonderful town and its amazing businesses. Explore Carrington today and experience the warmth of our community. Hey sports fans, tune in to YourLiveEvent.com for all the action-packed Carrington Cardinal games, streaming live and free. Catch every thrilling moment with our live coverage. Listen to the play-by-play and watch the games unfold right on your screen. Plus, if you missed any of the excitement, don't worry. You can catch up on all previous games at YourLiveEvent.com. Check out the full schedule and never miss a moment of your favorite local Carrington games. Stay tuned and let's go Cardinals!
Executive Director for the Carrington Chamber joins us right now on the Carrington Cardinals Community Chatter program right here on YourLiveEvent.com. And it's Laurie Dietz joins us. She checks in with us once a week to let us know what's all happening with the Chamber and City of Carrington. And our chatter program brought to you by the Carrington Chamber and CVB. So thanks, Laurie, again for joining us here. And wow, it's moving winter 2024-25, moving right along, huh? Middle of February.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow, and
Mhm.
suppose you're all prepared in that area.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, there's lots of great gifts and flowers and plants available locally, so we hope people will shop local for Valentine's Day and show their love. Over at the youth center, Paddington Goes to Peru national opening, so that'll be playing for 2 weeks over at the youth center. Paddington Goes to Peru. That sounds like a good one. Also, the Carrington Youth Center activities coming up. They're having Kids Night on February 19th for kindergarten to 8th grade, I think it is. No, excuse me, kindergarten to 5th grade. There's a dance, there's games, there's karaoke, and that's happening on the 19th, which is a Wednesday night. And then the 20th on Thursday, there's fun times for grades 5 to 8. And it's minnow races. Now, I don't know if this is their first time or not, but I think that sounds really fun. The minnows are provided starting at 6 p.m. and there's concessions available. So some fun things coming up for the kiddos over at the youth center. We just want to mention too that Employee of the Month nominations are welcome. So if you've had outstanding service or, somebody's doing a really awesome job, it's an easy peasy form to fill out and you just contact us and we'll get that to you on email or print one out for you. It's not hard. It's just really simple. We want to let everybody know too that the Carrington Chamber and Economic Development is offering a $500 scholarship to an eligible CHS senior who is employed at a chamber member business, and they are encouraged to apply. Contact our office for an application or see Taylor Mattison at the high school. So we give one away every year, and for a while, years ago, it was only $250, but now we're doing a $500 scholarship because we know how expensive it is when you're in college. So that will be open now until April 1st. So pick up an application or contact us for an application. We're looking ahead to warmer days. We're tired of the cold, so we're moving the calendar along. And we set the date for the citywide spring yard sales. And this year, something different. We're going with Saturday, May 31st, and that is after Memorial Day weekend. So graduation will be over, track meets will be over, Memorial weekend will be over. So it's May 31st this year, something different. And we're hoping it'll be a little bit warmer. Sometimes when we go with that mid-May, it gets to be some pretty chilly days then. So try that for something new. And then thinking about July, looking ahead to save the dates for July, they're having the 2025 CHS all-school reunion, July 19th, or excuse me, July 11th, 12th, and 13th. So mid-July. There'll be updated alumni books, and they'll be available by pre-order only, and the price is to be determined. For more information on the high school reunion, contact Dennis Freeman at 307-0432, or about the alumni books, Dennis or Becky Zink, 652-5750. So that's Becky Zink, 652-5750 on the alumni books. So lots of things to look forward to coming along, and we're thinking about those warm, sunny days and mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. One thing about
Somebody
winter,
said,
Jeff. What's
yeah,
that?
somebody said to me the other day, I wouldn't mind the mosquitoes. I thought, you say that now, wait till it's hot out and they're buzzing in your ear.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the bites, oh boy. But yeah, that's one thing about winter. That's a nice thing, and don't have to worry about mosquitoes. So
Yeah, right. And yeah, I don't know, it goes by pretty fast. It's not the worst thing. I'd rather have it cold and calm and the roads are good than to have it blizzarding or, a lot of icy roads with rain or something. So I guess we get what we get. We don't order it, so.
hmm Yep.
We want more information on any of our events or things coming up, or maybe just a chat, give us a call, 652-2524, or shoot an email to chambergal@dactel.com, or stop by and see us at 871 Main Street.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much, Laurie. We appreciate it. And thanks for the update here, and enjoy your weekend, your day, and everything. And we'll check in again next week, Thursday, right?
Right, sounds great.
Okay, yep, we'll see you.
Thank you.
Yep, you bet.